Yeah. Hi guys. Um, Good morning, all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Yes. Anyone, guys? Can you please confirm? Is I'm audible?
Yes, yes.
Right. Right, guys. So, guys, I think some of you have attended the last session, the first demo session, which I have conducted or which I have taken yesterday. Maybe some of you have missed the yesterday's class. Don't worry. So it's only just an introduction part. I didn't started with any kind of an implementation. I didn't started with them, guys. It's a very basic level. Just what we are going to do it in data. What we are generally going to do in data science. So what is data science is all about? So are you going to learn any language? Are you going to learn any kind of a tools? It's not about a tools or it is not about any programming language. So what we are going to learn, guys? So mainly our target, the main target about our data science is nothing but, guys. So we have to understand the data, guys. We have to get some kind of an understand the data. So we have some data was there. So we have to understand what we have to understand. I'll tell you later. So we have to understand the patterns inside the data, the dependencies inside the data. All these things, if we can understand the data, what we can do. So why should I understand the data? Simple. Once if we are able to understand the data, based on that particular understanding the data, what we can do something called as an prediction. It is going to be nothing but it is going to be some kind of a prediction can be gets done. So if we can predict something, what we know that? So it is going to be nothing but what we can see. What we have to do is based on that kind of a predictions, we can take some kind of a business decisions or anything, whatever you want to do that. So that is what basically we do it in our data science. So for that, I told you one small example also. Simple. It is going to be nothing but understand the which is going to be data. So if you can understand the past customers data, understand the which is going to be the past, which is going to be customers data. Which customers data? Let us say some kind of a loan customers. So who has the taken the loan and based on their particular loan status. So who has repaid the loan, who has delayed the loan. If we can understand them, based on that, we can take some kind of a prediction. What kind of a prediction? Okay, we understood some kind of a the past customers data. So which type of customers are delaying the loans? Which type of customers are repaying the loans promptly? If we can understand the data, what we can do? Now, whenever a new customer comes, easily we can predict whether he will repay the loan or whether he will delay the loan. Based on that, I can take a decision whether to give the loan, whether not to give the loan. Hope you are able to understand, guys. So understand the past customers data. The bank has given the loans to various customers. Some of them has delayed the loan. Some of them has repaid the loan. Study the data. Understand the patterns inside the data. Who is, let us say, who is repaying the loans promptly? Who is going to be delaying the loans? So if you can identify some kind of patterns inside the data, what we can do is whenever a new customer comes, we can easily predict them. Okay, based on some our observations in the past, so he will delay the loan. So predict that he will delay the loan. So loan approval is rejected. Whenever you can predict, okay, this customer may repay the loan. So then we can go for which is going to be approve the loan. So like this, we can take some kind of a business decisions based on some kind of a predictions which we can do based on understanding the past data, guys. That is what our basic data science is all about, guys. So understand, simple study the past data. So what has been happened in the past, study them. What could happen in the future, you study them. You can predict them. And based on that, we can take some kind of a decisions what we can take. Even in our real life also, guys, we are going to take some kind of a decisions like this. So tomorrow I'm having a plan to go outside. So our basically understand. So study the past, which is going to be the 10 days. So what is going to be the weather conditions? So from the last 10 days, every day there was a rain. Every day, almost all 8 days, there was rain. 2 days, there was no rain is there. So based on that, what could be the future? That means tomorrow, whether it will rain or whether it does not rains. Okay, we predicted. So from the last 8 days, from the last 10 days, out of the 10 days, 8 days, there was a rain was there. So there is a high probability that tomorrow also it will rain. So let us postpone for next week. That is nothing but our decision, our business decision. What we are predicting, whether tomorrow it will rain or not. Based on what? Based on the past 10 days weather conditions, We are predicting what could happen in the future like this, guys. So that is what we practically we can say about this particular so-called as what we can say about this particular implementation, guys. Just give me a second once. Just give me a second, guys. Right. Fine. So yeah. Okay. So that is what we discussed in that. So for doing this, what is our basic requirement? So we are not going to use any tools or we are not going to use any language for that. What we are going to do is there are some techniques are there. So data science is all about we have to learn some techniques. So to make the systems to understand the data, who is going to learn, guys? Machines are going to learn. We are not going to learn it, guys. Who has to understand the data? The machines will understand the data, guys. The machines will understand the data, guys. Who will do the prediction, guys? Machine itself is going to do the predictions. That means the machines itself is going to study the data. Machines itself is going to understand the data. And based on that, whenever a new customer comes or whenever a new a loan application comes, so the machine itself will predict. There is a high chances that this customer will delay the loan, so reject the loan. There is a high probability that this customer will repay the loan, so the loan can be approved. So everything is going to be done by the machines only. But if everything is done by the machines, what is our role here, guys? Obviously, we have to study our role, guys. What is our role? If everything is done by the machine, so why we have a huge demand for these machine learning engineers and the data science experts? So machines cannot study by themselves, guys. With the help of some humans only, the machines has to study. What are those? I will tell you in the coming classes. I'm going to tell you about that, guys. Okay. So that's why what we have to do is with the help of some various techniques, as I said that with the help of some various which is going to be techniques what we are going to be using them, guys. We use as a different types of techniques, some mathematical statistical techniques we are going to use, and there are going to be some different types of methodologies we are going to be implement them, and we are also going to perform various different types of processings we have to do. And apart from that, we take some help of various systems and algorithms. So we are going to take some kind of an which is a help of various systems and algorithms. All these things we are using. Finally, our target is only one thing, guys. We have to understand the data. Based on that understanding the data, we machines are going to capable to do the predictions, guys. Based on that particular predictions, we can take some. The model will predict them, saying that this customer will be delay the loan, so don't approve the loan. This customer will repay the loan, so we can just approve that particular loan. So these are going to be some mathematical and statistical techniques will be there, guys. Okay, I'm not going to discuss about all of them. Just I'm example. What is the need and all these things we cannot understand it, guys. And even somebody has raised a question yesterday. Sir, what about the maths and stats that is required for our data science? So very long back, I learned maths or I was not that much good at the maths. So what I have to do? Can I learn it? As I said that, you need to just understand what is the mathematical concept behind that. No implementation is done, guys. Don't worry. I'll just show you one small example for that practically. Just have a look at this. Just have a look at this one, guys. I have some data with us. For example, there is going to be some marks. There is going to be some marks of the students, guys. Don't worry. The marks of the students are going to be something like 40, 52, 60, 45, something. For example, 80, something like, for example, 75, and something like 70, and some 66, and some, let us say something around 55. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more I'm going to take it, guys. For example, I'm saying somewhere around 48. This is the data what we are having, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the data what we are having, guys. Just I'm telling about how much maths is required in an easy way to make you explain the concept. So this marks is equal to, these are the marks here, guys. So the marks are there between, somewhere between 40 to 80 is the range of the marks, guys. So What is the need of doing that? I will tell you later. But there is a technique is there, guys. We call it as something called as then scaling technique is there. Currently, the marks on a scale between 40 to 80. It's going to be nothing but the marks of. So see, the marks of one subject is between 40 to 80. Take another subject, guys. Let us take another subject. Maybe that particular range is going to be somewhere around 50 to maybe 95. You may have the scale. So one subject marks the students has got between 50 to 95. In one subject, they got the marks between 40 to 80. They are on a different scale, guys. So sometimes when mathematical operations may go wrong, that's why what we have to do is both of them we have to bring it to same scale. We have to bring it, guys. Both the subject 1 and subject 2, both marks 1 and marks 2, both we have to bring it to one common scale, guys. So for that, what I will do is there is something called as scaling techniques will be there, guys. So don't worry, I'm not telling about anything. See, the subject marks are there between 50 to 95, guys. One subject marks are there from 40 to 80. But I want to bring both of them into common scale. That means both of them has to come into one common scale only. How do you bring that into common scale now? There is a technique called as which is going to be, we call it as a min-max scaling, what we call it as. See, there is nothing but what we call it as a min-max scaling, what we call it as. What is this min-max scaling? Why should I bring it to min-max? Why should I apply the min-max scaling? That is only the criteria we have to understand. Okay, even if you don't know what is the formula behind that, even if you don't know how to, even if you don't know how to implement it also, does not matters with that. Why? Because we have to just understand why do you require it? How do you do that and all these things? Why do you require min-max scaling? If anybody asks you. So we want to, what is the main purpose of min-max scaling is, as I said that, you can bring any range of data or any scale of data between, it will always come between 0 to 1, guys. That means this first marks is also going to comes between 0 to 1 and your second marks also going to comes between 0 to 1. Any data will come between 0 to 1, guys. That is what we call it as min-max scaling. What is the formula for that? Formula is very simple, guys. Minimum value always comes to 0. Maximum value always comes to 1, guys. If you apply this min-max scaling, the minimum value will comes to 0, maximum value will comes to 1. How? The formula is like this, guys. X minus minimum value, that means from every value, subtract the minimum value, divide this by maximum minus minimum, guys. This is a formula what we have to apply them, guys. You understood the point? From every sample, if x is, if you treat the sample as an x minus minimum value divided by maximum minus minimum. So in this box, what is the minimum? What is the maximum, guys? Minimum is 40, maximum is 80, guys. So how do you do the scaling now? Very simple. 40 minus 40 divided by 80 minus 40. For second sample, guys, 52 minus 40 divided by which is 80 minus 40. Like this. For last value, what is the value, guys? 48 minus 40 divided by, it is 80 minus 40. What about the 80 here, guys? It is 80 minus 40 divided by, it is 80 minus 40. See that? 40 minus 40, it will become 0, guys. 80 minus 40 divided by 80 minus 40, it will become 1. Remaining, you know the values, guys. So this will become 12 by 40. This is going to be becomes 8 by 40, guys, right? 48 minus 40 divided by. So 8 by 40 is nothing but 1 by 5. It will become 0.2, guys. 12 by 40, it is approximately 1 by 3 or something. So 0.33 or 0.4, something is the value what you will get in, guys. Right. So hope you understood the point, guys. So how to do this operation? For this, you need not to remember this formula. Even if you remember the formula, well and good. Even if you don't remember the formula also, does not matters with this, guys. It does not matters with that because you no need to worry about how we have to work with these applications. Why? Because for every implementation, Python is having some kind of an utilities are there. There is going to be some Python utilities will be there, guys. You need not to worry about all those applications, guys. You need not to worry about all those kind of an applications. We need not to worry about that. So don't worry about that. Just what I'm going to show you and all these things. Don't worry about those things, those particular things. Just I'll write some code. Don't worry about all those particular implementation, guys. So I'm importing some library called as N. Don't worry about this. I have a library called as Python is all about working with libraries only, guys. Python is all about working with libraries, guys. See that? Just I'm importing a library called as an NumPy. I imported a library called as NumPy. Don't worry. what is the code I'm writing and all these things, don't worry about that. It is going to be np.array of same values I'm giving, guys, 40, 52, 48, for example, 48, 80, okay, something like 66, something like n 45, and something like n 72, something, just some values I'm giving it, guys, 72, and for example, something like n 78. Don't worry. So I know the formula. I know how to perform the, see, this is going to be marks here, guys. So I know the formula. So being I know the formula, what I will do is simple calculation, guys. Don't worry. Marks minus, it is going to be np dot what is going to be the minimum of marks. So calculate what is going to be the minimum of marks. Okay. And that need to be divided by how much, guys? That need to be divided by, which is going to be something called as an np dot maximum of marks, np dot maximum of marks minus, which is going to be np dot, which is going to be minimum of marks, guys. So the formulation is going to be like this, guys. It is going to be something like this, what we have done with this, guys. So what I did is I just subtracted the minimum value, guys. See there, marks minus minimum of marks divided by maximum minus minimum. See there, the minimum value has been came to 0, guys. Maximum value came to 1, remaining all the values between 0 to 1. So this is how, because I know the formula. Because I know the formula. Sir, like this, how many formulas I have to by heart like this? So not required, guys. So if you don't know the formula also, what shall I do now? There is some Python libraries will be there. Don't worry about that. So what I am going to do, have a look at this one. Don't worry about that. sklearn dot, which is going to be pre-processing. There is a library called as, directly there is a function called as an min-max scale function is there. So directly it is going to be something called as an sklearn.preprocessing import, which is going to be min-max scaling. We have to do that. Nothing is there. The library was not there. So in the case if the library was not there, what generally we are going to do is, don't worry about that. Later we are going to discuss all those things, guys. It is going to be something like we have to install the library. It is nothing but pip install, which is going to be, I said, which is going to be sklearn. Don't worry about that. So I'm just importing some library, guys. I'm installing some library. So the library was installed successfully, guys. Just give me a second then. So sometimes there will be some issues will be there, guys. So it is going to be what we can call it as, it is going to be scikit-learn. Let me try this. So if it is not working, we'll leave it. We did not, I don't want to waste the time. So performing all the troubleshooting. There are multiple ways are there. So no need to worry about that. So I'll tell you later how to work on these applications. I'll tell you later, guys. So I think it has been done successfully. It has been got installed now. So let me import this library now. Now this library was installed successfully. I'm importing some library, guys. Same example I'm doing without knowing any code. Directly we have a function is there. Min-max scale of, if I say the marks, everything is going to be done by itself only. Everything is done by itself only, guys. I didn't done anything. I have to know what is min-max scaling will do. Min-max scaling will scale any range of data. This is actually marks, guys. And this is going to be the scaling of marks. After scaling and before scaling, guys. See that before scaling, the 40, 52, 48, 78. Now it is going to be between 0 to 1, guys. Any data will come between 0 to 1 only. So further, if you observe carefully, I didn't written any formula for min-max scaling. Just if you can observe carefully from sklearn.preprocessing, there is a Python library will be there. Import that particular library and call the function. See, min-max scale of marks over. Even if you don't know what is the formula for min-max scaling also, not a problem at all. If you want to know the formula, come here, guys. You can see the formula. See there, x minus what is going to be the minimum value divided by maximum minus what is the minimum value. What is that axis equal to 0? All these things we can understand it later. See this? Transform the features by scaling each feature to a given range. It is always going to scale between, which is going to be 0 to 1. It is going to scale up, guys. That is what we have to use something called as a min-max scaling. So in as part of our, this is a mathematical technique, guys. I can say that this is going to be one technique where we are going to scale any range of data to which is between 0 to 1. So we are learning some technique. Why should I learn it? Why should I do the min-max scaling? I'll tell you later. Right now you can't understand, sir, why you are doing the min-max scaling means. Later I'll tell you. But how to perform the min-max scaling? Even if you don't know the formula also, no worries. Directly, there is going to be some predefined libraries will be there inside the Python. We can use that kind of a libraries to perform all these operations, guys. Right? So that is the way, guys. So just I want to make you understand. So saying that, so maths is, how maths is important? Yes, maths is little bit important, guys. Without the maths, we cannot learn the data science. But observe carefully. Even if you don't know what is the formula for min-max scaling, just if you know what is min-max scaling sufficient, you can implement the things very easily. You don't know the formula. Even if you know the formula also, no need of writing any formula. Yesterday I told you. So only you have to understand the maths. You need not to understand the implementation. You need not to derive any theories. You need not to invent any new formulas and all these things, not required. Already there is some predefined mathematical techniques will be there. Using that particular mathematical techniques only, we have to do that. If you want to discuss about like this, there are so many things are there, guys. Sometimes we have to find out some correlation between two variables. So there is going to be some formula will be there. How to calculate correlation? It is going to be summation of x minus x bar multiplied by y minus, which is going to be y bar, divided by, which is going to be the standard deviation of x, and multiplied by standard deviation of y. This is again a formula for this, but no need to by heart this formula. Directly in Python, directly there is a function called as an correlation. Automatically, it will find the correlation between the two variables. So that's why you have to just understand this formula is not required. What is this correlation tells you? With the help of correlation, what is the decision you can take, or what we can understand with the help of that correlation? Only that is the only thing we have to take up. You don't require to know about formula. Nobody will ask you about formulas, guys. But because how many formulas you can remember? For min-max scaling, one formula. For z-score normalization, one formula. For correlation, one formula. For chi-square, one formula. Or something called as an F values and P values, one formula. You cannot by heart all these formulas, guys. So just we have to understand the what is the math behind them. So why do you require a correlation? Whenever you want to understand whether two variables are internally having a correlation or not, then it is going to tells you what is correlation. A value can be between -1 to +1, guys. It can be a value between -1 to which is going to be +1, guys. Just an example. Let us search what is going to be the correlation concept. Let us search the Google, guys. What is going to be correlation? If you said which is going to be, what is going to be correlation? Correlation. Yes, it is going to be what is meaning of correlation in machine learning, guys. Just understand what is that particular correlation is going to represent them. Okay, a statistical relationship between two variables indicates how the changes are going to be together. It can be a value between -1 to +1. See there? It can be a value between -1 to which is going to be +1, guys. A negative or positive values. It can be negative value or it can be positive value. As I said that -1 to which is going to be +1. +1 stands for positive correlation, negative correlation. Nothing is there, guys. Positive relation means if one variable increases, other variable also increases. That is positive correlation. The other one is negative correlation. If one variable increases, the other variable decreases. Okay, so that is what we call it as. No relationship means there is no effect with that. Observe carefully, nowhere there is a formula was given to us. There is nowhere there is going to be formula was given to us. If you want to know what is going to be correlation formula, then you can see the what is going to be the correlation formula. We have to find it out. So whatever the formula, I think I have written same thing. Actually, don't worry. It is nothing but summation of xi minus x bar. Same thing I have written. Xi minus which is going to be x bar, y minus which is going to be y bar. This is actually nothing but what we call it as a standard deviation. It is actually variance, guys. It is actually the variance. Whenever we calculate the square root, it is what we call it as the standard deviation we are going to call it as. So we can see in a multiple formats, we can see whatever the formula I've written is going to be the same formula what we can see. But they have written in a different way. They have written about that. Okay. So some people will write like this. Some people will write in a different formats. They will write it, guys. Okay. So don't worry about that particular formula. So no need to by heart all these particular formulas and all these things. We don't require it. Directly straightforward, what is going to be correlation? If you just understand directly what is correlation, that is going to be sufficient with that. You need not to again and again perform all those particular operations there. Okay, fine. So that is all about some. So what I mean to say is just understand what is going to be the numbers represents. You need not to understand, no need to by heart all that particular numbers, all that formulas and all these things. We need not to worry about that. Okay. Now coming to our today's discussion here is obviously everyone is asking about the course curriculum. Everyone is asking about the duration and all these things they're asking about that. So I just want to give a complete, which is a complete a roadmap to our training program. I want to give a complete details about that. Okay. So coming to our training program, guys, coming to the training program. So what you can expect, that means I'm just giving some a roadmap to our training program. The first thing is every day there will be 1 hour live, 1 hour, which is going to be live and instructor led training program, guys. This generally we call them as an ILT sessions, instructor led training program, 1 hour live instructor led training program. So why I'm specifically highlighting this particular point is, guys, so many of the training programs you see online. So there are going to be some kind of a misleading. Maybe some of you have been faced these issues also, guys. Maybe one or two people may be having these issues. You faced this issue, guys. So they will conduct a demo, 1 or 2 classes demos, 3 classes demos. So everything live session will be there. And after that, after you pay the fee, what they will say is, this is not a instructor led live training program. It is a recorded, it's a video training. They says that every day we'll give you some videos. You have to prepare that particular videos. And how they will try to convince you is nothing but, how they will try to convince is saying that it is like a self-paced. What is meaning of self-paced means, what they says is, we'll give you a videos, 1 week videos I will give you. So depending on your time availability, you can complete your training program. So instead of, for example, instead of 1 day, 1 video for 1 day, if you have if you have a time, so 3 days or 4 days, 4 videos in 1 day you can complete off. But generally video training is not that much comfortable to learn, guys. Video trainings are not comfortable. If you want to learn it from videos, guys, I recommend one thing. Don't buy any, even I say, that means you can buy the videos from Udemy. So in Udemy, if you go there, Udemy, and if you try to purchase this particular courses, guys, I recommend this one only, guys. With 500 rupees, you will get a complete data science course. With just a matter of 500 rupees, you will get a data science course, guys. But not possible to complete them because sitting on the system for 1 hour of time every day, it is not possible. For learning, it is not recommended, guys. Then who is going to be get the advantage of who can utilize that Udemy is the trainers, like who want to refresh the topics, who are already having the knowledge, who want to upskill them. Those people can buy the videos from the Udemy, guys. So sitting movie, you can watch movie by sitting for 3 hours continuously, guys. But you can't learn for continuously with 3 hours. Maximum 10 minutes you can sit, guys. Maximum 10 minutes, guys. We have so many people who has watched so many videos from on the internet, but they can't learn from that, guys. But our session is not like that. It is completely purely live session. I was the instructor starting from the day 1 to the last day. The last day also I will be the trainer. It's completely 1 hour live instructor-led training program. And apart from that, one more thing I can say here is, guys, it is going to be day-to-day recording videos. We are going to give you the day-to-day recording, live recordings only, guys. They are not any pre-recorded videos. I'm not saying that I'll give you the video, you go through the video and attend the tomorrow's class. I will just explain the concept. It's not like that. You can't learn from that. Day-to-day recordings will be given through some Google Drive. What is the main reason for this giving this particular the day-to-day recording videos is basically it's an online training program, guys. Technical issues are more. Sometimes currently rainy season. And here in Hyderabad currently, I think you heard the news in Hyderabad. So who are from Hyderabad, they knows about that, and who are not from Hyderabad also. Currently, what has been happened, I'll tell you. So recently, due to some during the Krishnastami, so some people has been there is that due to some electric shock due to these wires, 6 people or 7 people has been dead. So unfortunately, 6 to 7 people, I think 6, and recently one more in hospital also. So the death has occurred. So immediately the government has taken some decision saying that cut all the cables. So today morning I don't have the internet, guys. So in the night at 9:30 only, again it was resumed. I think you hear this news in Hyderabad. So they're cutting the government, this particular the electricity department is there, no guys. So they're cutting all these cables which are going to be laid on their particular poles. They're cutting all the cables. So which is creating a lot of inconvenience from the last 2 days. Today morning also I didn't have the internet. So at 9:30 it was resumed currently. And now recently, as the latest update news, so these operators has they have negotiated with the government, and for the timing they stopped cutting these cables as of now. So now this even of the internet like Airtel and Jio. So there are going to be there is a lot of loss has been taken place for them also. So there again they are trying to just reconnect all that cables and all these things. They are trying to connect it. So due to some technical reasons, maybe some of you may not be able to connect, power issues, internet issues, or it may be mic issues or video issues, or sometimes you may miss the class for due to some reason. So to just cover up that particular classes, so we'll give you this access to these videos, guys. So if you miss the class for any reason, if you missed this today's class, if it is a classroom training, you can attend the class and you can ask your batchmates what has been happened yesterday. But here there is no batchmates for you. Everyone is an online connecting. So what has been happened yesterday? So if you want, we can get it from the Google Drive. So that is one day-to-day recording videos we are going to give it. And as I already said that there is going to be Python is required, guys. Core Python topics I'm going to discuss in the class. You need not to worry about that. Core Python I'm going to discuss in the classroom training itself, which I'm going to teach you for the first 15 days. But along with this core Python topics, guys, plus additionally, guys, if anyone wants to become a little bit more expertise in the Python, sir, I want to become a little bit expertise, I want to learn advanced Python, what we have to do? Shall I go through any websites or shall I go through any resources? No need of doing this, guys. As a complimentary, guys, we are going to give you the advanced Python classes. These are the recorded pre-recorded videos, guys. They are not live recordings. There are not live classes. There are completely videos will be there. Pre-recorded videos are there of somewhere around 170 plus videos are there, guys. You are going to get the access to this. This is you are going to get for a free access. And this access will be there only for 180 days, guys. So if you really want to become an expertise in Python, if you want to go towards the advanced Python, so you have to complete this 170 plus videos within this 180 days, approximately 1 day, one video for 1 day, guys. One video for 1 day, if you complete it, it will take totally 180 days, it will take it. If you have a sufficient time, guys, at least 3 videos per day or 4 videos per day, if you take in, at least it is going to take somewhere around 52, which is going to be 60 days. Maybe hardly it will take 2 hours, 2 months of time it will take it. So along with your class timing, along with your regular classes, guys, you can also complete this advanced Python. So my recommendation is nothing but not required. If anybody is interested, guys, we can go. Whatever the core Python I teach in the class, that is going to be sufficient, guys. Okay. And apart from that, the main advantage which you can get from my side is mostly I am going to use this mostly with the real-time data sets we are going to use it, guys. Mostly with the real-time data sets. And all these real-time data sets are available publicly. I'll tell you what are the different resources. I'll tell you. There are some different types of resources are there, guys, where you can get all these public data sets. These are nothing but what we call them as a public data sets. We are going to call them, guys. So what are these public data sets? Yes, absolutely. I have a multiple. I recommend from there only, guys. So the first option, Kaggle. We have multiple resources are there, guys. I'll show them. It is going to be Kaggle. In Kaggle, we have a lot of data sets are there. We use some kind of a data set, some refined data sets, guys. If you go and search there, there will be somewhere around 60,000, 70,000 data sets are there, guys. So you cannot search your data sets there. So what I'm going to do is some refined data sets for specific applications. What kind of a data sets are going to be required? Not only Kaggle, I have a multiple resources are there. So this is going to be maintained by University of California. It is nothing but what we call it as UCI, Machine Learning Repository. Apart from that, we have something called as an Gapminder. It is also going to give you some kind of a data sets, guys. It is also going to give you a lot of data sets across multiple domains. So multiple domains are going to be there, guys. So related to communication, economy, education, energy, environment, health, infrastructure, population, health. Lot of data sets are there, guys. Just directly there is a data set will appear there. Do you want in a CSV format? Do you want in Excel format? Just click there. Data will be imported. Excel format, click there. Data is going to be imported, guys. So Kaggle, this one, not only that, there are so many options are there, guys. So we'll use this at different data sets across different platforms. We are going to use them, guys. So many different type of, so many options we are going to be having there, guys. I'll tell you all that kind of a resources which I'm going to tell you, guys, so we can get some kind of an which is going to be some kind of a data sets what we are going to be gets working with that. So many different type of data sets and so many different type of which is going to be, there are not just like a dummy data sets, guys. There are going to be so many different type of data sets we are going to work on that. So which we are going to get them and we are going to work on our applications, guys. Okay. So later I'll tell you about all these kind of a data sets and all these things which we are going to tell you in the later classes. I'm going to tell you, guys. So these are going to be that are available on the which is going to be on the GitHub. So we can get some kind of a data sets also we are going to get in, guys. So many data sets are there which we can get the particular data sets and all these things we can work on that. They're publicly available. They're publicly available, but getting that particular data is going to be, it's not that much easy for everyone, guys. So we use as that kind of a data sets what we are going to do that. So we'll do a lot of case studies, guys. A lot of which is going to be case study. For every algorithm, we are going to perform some kind of a case study. You can say each case study is going to be something like a project. Each case study is going to be something like a project, guys, because end-to-end projects we are going to use. We are going to use how to perform. The one of the advantage you are going to get in, guys. I'm going to show you how to perform the deployment on the cloud. So generally, many of the trainers, they don't show you, guys, how to perform the deployment on the cloud. How can you access the application from your cloud? All these things we are going to learn as part of our training program. So, so these are going to be, so mainly 1 hour live, 1 hour, which is going to be everyday live instructor led training program, guys. So the class timing is from which is going to be 10:30 a.m. to it is 11:30 a.m. guys. So Indian Standard Time, which is going to be IST's time, guys. And generally it is going to be generally 5 days a week, guys. It is going to be 5 days per a week. But generally sometimes because morning classes, right? So generally morning classes, Saturdays also sometimes, not continuously, but alternate Saturdays or whenever sometimes required. I will put, guys, at least 1 or 2 times in a month. At least 1 Saturday or 2 Saturdays in a month. Generally we have it, but regularly weekly is it's a 5 weeks, 5 days per a week, guys, which will take approximately 5+ months, guys. 5 months plus we can say that, because the content is more, guys. So content is going to be more. So I'll also show you the content of that particular data also. I'm going to show you the content also. Maybe, okay, I'll take it in the tomorrow's class, guys. So I have to just explain at least for 15-20 minutes of time. I have to explain the content so that you will also get some clear idea about that. Okay. It's going to be almost all, it is going to be 5 months plus it is going to take, guys. And main concepts, I said that mainly in our training program, machine learning, guys, deep learning and NLP. These are going to be the main concepts we have to work with them, guys, mainly. And for that, what are the prerequisites, all these things we are going to discuss about that. Plus a little bit of not complete complete implementation also, guys. So we have a little bit implementation of what is going to be generative AI, because I handles both generative AI and data science classes are there. And even yesterday I given an idea, guys. So we have two separate batches are there. One for generative AI and one for which is one for generative AI separate training program is there, and one for which is nothing but for data science. In generative AI, we don't have all these machine learning, deep learning, all these topics will not be there. Directly, they will learn generative AI applications. But in our training program, a complete, which is a dedicated concepts of what is machine learning, deep learning, what are the prerequisites. Okay, don't think that immediately in the first class we'll start with machine learning, guys. At least it will take 1.5 month, guys. At least it will take 1.5 month to start with machine learning, because there are some prerequisites are there. So there is going to be something called as data manipulations, data analysis, okay, data visualizations, all these things first we have to learn, guys. Without that, we can't go for this implementation of machine learning. So mainly completely machine learning, deep learning, AI, NLP, these are the main topics are there, guys. But there are some miscellaneous topics are also there, some other miscellaneous topics, but mainly our complete concentration is on the the complete mathematical and statistical techniques to understand the data, creating of some kind of a predictive models. What we are going to do, guys, we are going to create something called as a predictive models we are going to create in, guys. What these predictive models will do, guys, they will study from the past. It is going to be study from the past, and which is going to be they will create some kind of an predictive models we are going to do that. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Just for today, I will just stop it for today here, guys. As same as it is like yesterday, I'll give you a 5-10 minutes of time for the Q&A. Yesterday also, many of you are having the questions on various concepts. I answered almost all the questions. So today also, I'm going to take up another 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A. So if anyone having any questions, guys, you can unmute yourself and you can speak, or we also have a chat window is there. So using the chat window also post your questions, guys. Okay, fine. Yes, Kishore, in terms of generative AI, it is only basic in this course. Absolutely. That means basically, I don't say that it is complete basically basic. Why? Because NLP is anyhow is a part of your this course. So NLP we are going to cover completely. NLP is a prerequisite for the generative AI. So we are going to do mainly two types of implementations in our NLP applications. Why? Because if you want to learn a complete generative AI, again it will take another 3 more months of time. So 5 months plus 3 months means it will take up to 8 months. It is going to take it 8-9 months. It will take it. So that's the reason we are just cutting down the topics just to get some idea about what is going to be generative AI. But we have a 2 weeks to 3 weeks training will be there on the generative AI. It's not basic fundamentals. At least you will get some idea how to develop an LLM model. At least you will get a minimal knowledge about that particular generative AI applications. Okay. So 2 to 3 weeks training will be there on the generative AI application, guys. Right? Okay. Fine. So yes, so some different questions. Okay. Rajkumar, any AI tool access will be provided. Here we are not using any AI tools, guys. We are developing the AI applications. So we don't require any such kind of an AI tools and all these things. We don't do that. Okay. So don't think that we are using some AI tools to do that. Everything we are going to develop from the scratch. Okay. In generative AI classes, we are going to use open source. It is going to be, there are some open source models are there. Using that open source models, we have to work with them. There are some free. There are some free are there. There are some paid are there. So it depends on your requirement. Even OpenAI tools are there. If you pay some around $5, that is sufficient. Okay, so we can use that kind of an applications what we have to do with that. But we don't give any access to any AI tools. So how much insights does the training provides for agentic AI? Even that agentic AI also, this is not a part of this particular training program. The agentic AI is going to be part of the generative AI classes. Okay. So first of all, if we have to be familiar with generative AI, then we can understand what is going to be agentic AI. So here it is only agentic AI. We don't have any implementation or a conceptual understanding about agentic AI. Completely, it is a data science course. If you want to learn agentic AI, if you want to learn generative AI, please shift it to, there is another batch is there, which is, as I said, that it's a generative AI development class is there. It is at evening 6:30 p.m. We are conducting an same demo sessions are getting conducted right now. You can join that particular batch, Rajkumar. What is the major difference in content of DS, ML, AI, and generative AI? Major differences in content of. So in this content, that whatever the content we are going to deliver here is completely on DS, AI, ML, the data science, AI, machine learning, all these things we are going to cover about that. And coming to generative AI, as I said that no, there are some basic fundamentals of generative AI. I will share the course curriculum also in the tomorrow's class. So please attend for the tomorrow's class. I will explain the concept and I'll share you that particular content in the tomorrow's session. And absolutely, there is no non-technical person also. So no need of worrying about all that coding levels, because I shown you the coding right. See, I've just shown you some mathematical concept. What is min-max scaling? So I think hope you can able to understand. But for implementation, I didn't written any code. I just taken some library and I'm implementing the application. So there is no requirement of any coding prerequisites. Whatever the coding prerequisites that are required, I'm going to teach you in this class, guys. So you need not to worry about that. Technical or non-technical background does not matter. Anyone can learn this, but anyone can learn Python, guys. So you don't require any kind of an expertise on any prerequisites. So whatever the programming skills that are required, I will take care in this training program. Okay, fine, guys. that is going to be one thing what we can what I can suggest here, guys. Okay, fine. Raj Kumar next. It's an EMI option for making the payment. Ajit, please discuss with our backend team. They will be there. They will take care about the payment and all these things. So I'm the consultant trainer. So I will be concerned only about the technical aspects of the training program. So if you have any technical concerns, feel free to reach me. And coming to the payment and all these things, you can just discuss. Absolutely, you can discuss with our backend team, Ajit. Okay, fine. Okay, that's it, guys. Any more questions, guys? I think I got 3 questions are there. So I think hope I answered your questions, Kishore, Rajkumar, and Ajit. Yes, any more questions if you have, guys? You can unmute yourself. You can speak if you want.
Kunal just said, sir.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Actually, it's regarding like the statistics formula which we use. Okay,
Mm, mm, mm.
so how do we know what is the purpose of the formula? How we are going to use in that in our code? Uh,
I'll explain that. I'll explain all that concept, right? See, I
okay.
explained. So have you attended are you there at the discussion of min-max scaling?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So
I
do
was.
you do you understood? Forget about the usage. Did you understood what is meaning of min-max scaling?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So to bring any scale, why we have to bring it to any scale? Why have to bring it to one common scale is there is some tech requirement is there. So you have to understand. So in each and every algorithm, there will be some maths will be there. So I will explain
Okay.
all that particular maths in the classroom only. Their separate classes will not be required, but within the
Okay.
classroom, I'm going to explain them, and you have to go for that implementation for that. But you have seen the
Oh,
implementation, right? I didn't written any code. I just call the
yes, yes.
function called as a min max scale function. That's it. That is the way only we have to implement it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you.
Right. Anyone's any others, guys? Any more questions? Anyone, guys? If you have, okay then. So that's it for the today's class then, guys. Just for today. That's for today. We can stop it here, and we'll continue in the tomorrow's class, guys. Maybe maximum tomorrow will be the last demo session. Maybe another session I'm going to take it. No. Deep. I think we don't get a lifetime access. It's going to be by default. They'll give 1 year access with them. But my suggestion is once you speak to our backend team, they will take care about all that accessibilities and all these things. But once you talk to them, so they will check it out whether there is any possibility of any lifetime access. Maybe it is not a lifetime access as of my knowledge, but just get some confirmation from our backend team, Deep. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, then that's it for the today's class, guys. So I'm just ending up the session for today, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time and the same link, guys. Thanks all of you for today, guys.